Showtime, it is up and Kentucky Oaks, part of the Kentucky Derby here at Churchill Downs. Take a look behind me at the crowd. Let me tell you who our guests will be. Hi, Suze. There's Suze running up here. FanDuel is so incredible for this setup, for the warm invitation, for taking care of Up and Adams on our third trip to Churchill Downs. We will kick off our program with the Hall of Famer, Warren Moon, who's been here at the Kentucky Derby, I believe, 23 times, or maybe this is his 23rd. We'll talk to him about Cam Ward a little bit. We'll talk to him a little bit about what to expect here over the next couple of days. Bobby Flay will be on our show. I saw some vodka backstage. I saw some champagne backstage. Last time we threw eggs at each other or something. It always gets a little wild here on Kentucky Oaks Day. Get your bets in, guys, at FanDuel Sportsbook. For tomorrow, we have a no-sweat bet. That means you pick the winner, the single winner, whoever it might be, and if it doesn't win, he or she doesn't win, then you get your money back in bonus bets. It's pretty nice. We also have Davante Adams on the show. We know he rolls deep with the crew from Green Bay. He's now a Ram. It's kind of weird. We're going to get into it. We have Xavier Legette, and if there's a raccoon backstage, I'm leaving. Live from Churchill Downs, Louisville. That's what I've learned over the past 3 years. Louisville, Kentucky, the brightest, the best. We are all so excited to be here with FanDuel. Guys, get your bets in at FanDuel Sportsbook for the Oaks all day today. And we're just so blessed to be here. Mike Tirico will be on the show. We will have Davante Adams. We will have Bobby Flay, Xavier Legette. I don't even know. Will Levis might be running around somewhere. We'll see if we can, get a hold of him. But we start this program truly goated. I am honored and humbled every time. Please give it up for Hall of Famer Warren Moon. Hi, Warren. You look incredible. Let's get the fit, shall we? Can we get a little bit of the fit? I always forget to wear pink.
This on? Did you paint that dress on?
No, but I literally can't breathe. So yeah.
Painted it on. It's fitting you pretty good, girl.
Thank you, Warren. Let's have a little seat here. We'll grab your microphone so the whole world can hear you. And just as a reminder, this is your 23rd time here at the Kentucky Derby?
24.
24!
24. I got a big 25-year anniversary coming up next year, so I got to plan something big.
What will that look like? You and your Prada shades this morning.
It might start right here.
Okay. We would love to, we would love to see it. You've got your friend Bob. Hey, Bob. Yeah, Bob is here, the whole crew.
Bob, Kenny, my buddies over there. We met here, and we've become friends because of our Derby experience 24 years ago.
What makes this trip unique, you think? What are you looking forward to? Or do you like that it's the same crew, same routine?
That's a big part of it. The people that I hang out throughout the whole weekend, the relationships that we've built. There's so much history, there's so much tradition that goes along in this event. That's what I love about it. The style that everybody gets involved in. You don't see people wearing jerseys and T-shirts.
Yeah.
Everybody's dressed up. So there's just so much hospitality along with the people that are down in this part of the country. They treat you so well down here. So it's just a very welcoming place that you want to come back to every year.
It's my third year, and I've made the same rookie mistake over and over and over again. I study the field.
No.
Like an idiot, right? So I'm studying, I'm learning these, and then these horses are getting scratched left and right. You, my friend, have the best tip. Don't study it all till right before. Right? What's your process in picking the horse for Derby Day?
There's a couple of things I look for. I look at names, of course. I look at what they've done in certain turfs and different things like that. I also look at the horses that are taking a poop as they're walking down the deal.
So we like a poop horse.
Of course, yeah. You want them to get that system cleaned out, and then they can run a little faster. You walk a little bit faster when you are cleaned out. So those are little things I look for.
This was gonna go there right away? Yes, I kind of did here with Warren Moon hanging out here at Kentucky Oaks Day.
You wanted to scoop.
Do you have a Derby pick for me?
I don't right now.
Yeah, we can't. We gotta wait. No. Wait for the poop, and then we'll get like a FaceTime with you.
There's too many horses being scratched. Like 2 horses that have been scratched already. I had them in a exacta field, so you just gotta wait.
We have legendary broadcaster Mike Tirico on, and I'm gonna ask him, how frustrating is it as you prepare for these hours and hours of coverage that so much is unpredictable? That's fun for us, but for him, I wonder what that's like. Last time you were on the show, not here at the Derby, it was late January, and then a week later, your son committed to your alma mater. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are the feels?
Yeah, it's exciting, and then I'm also nervous for him because, you know, whenever you follow your dad or whatever into a certain field, people have expectations. And I don't want him to have any extra pressure than there already is for a freshman going in to play Division I football. So that's my biggest concern, but I think he'll handle it very well. He's a very grounded kid.
I mean, when you say that, I think of Shedeur Sanders, weirdly, with everything that's just happened.
Yeah.
Him following the footsteps of Deion, which seems almost insurmountable.
Right.
I don't want to really talk about the past and what happened, but if you were to be able to talk to Shedeur, I don't know if you have, what would you tell him as he tries to win this job?
I think I would tell him, you understand the things that you might have done wrong or did right throughout the process, the pre-draft process, but now you're drafted, you're in an organization, you got a chance to go in there and make a name for yourself, and it's how you go about doing it, it's how you attack it. There's nobody there that's solidified in that job at quarterback right now. Joe Flacco's in his 40s. We don't know what he has. Dylan, the kid from Oregon, he's a rookie.
Gabriel, Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, none of those guys have done anything in this league so far. So I think the job is wide open for Shedeur. All he has to do is go in there, put his head down to the grindstone, and go after it and be the player that he's been the last few stops he's been at. So it's all in front of him. It's just the only thing that's affected him now is he's not a first-round draft pick, so it's the amount of bonus money he gets. Otherwise, he's still on the football team, and he has just as good a chance as anybody else on that team to make it.
Well, you know about playing with a chip on your shoulder. I imagine he'll have a pretty good one. Do you think, what are the chances he, in your opinion, who's the starter week 1 for the Browns?
Well, that's what I say. You use this as fuel, and this is good fuel for you to just go in there and show what people don't think you can do. I don't know who the first day starter is going to be. A lot of it's going to have to do with how all these guys play in the preseason, because that's what coaches look at. How do you play when the lights are on? So there's only 3 preseason games now, so you don't have as much of an opportunity to get out there and show what you can do, but you got to make the most. If you only get 5 plays, you make those 5 plays really 5 good plays.
There are some CFL rumors. That's how you started your
Yes,
career.
it is.
You were in the CFL until you were 28 years old. Do you think that would be the right or wrong move for him?
I think he's fine right where he is. I think he's an NFL player. I think a lot of teams looked at him that way, but because of other circumstances, it didn't happen as far as being drafted high enough. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick.
Yes.
We look at what happened to him. So I wasn't drafted at all. You look at what happened to me. So it doesn't matter where you're drafted. It's how you handle it once you're drafted or once you get inside the NFL camp.
And then as dads, like you have your son Reich and like Deion, it's an interesting role because you have to be very almost tempered. You have to be very disciplined in how you handle that.
Well,
as the dad.
As a dad, probably an all-time great at that position, is a whole different mindset when you play corner compared to playing quarterback. You can't act like a cornerback when you're playing quarterback. Quarterback's a humble position. You got to be respectful. You got to be a leader. You're the face of the franchise. There's so much more responsibility that comes along with it. That's what he has to understand.
I can talk to Warren Moon all day, but you're talking face of the franchise. Let's get into the Cam Ward portion of the program. Congrats to the fan base, to the city, to the vibes, to you.
Yeah.
When you walked out and unretired your jersey, my jaw was on the ground. I couldn't believe it. What was that moment like?
Well, it was something I had thought about for a number of weeks when Cam first approached me about it, and I told him I'd think about it. I went and I talked to the owner, Amy Struck, about what she thought about it, and then I made my decision. And basically I made that decision off of, I've had that number for like 50 years, right? From the time I was 18 years old until here I am today. And Cam's had that number for about the last 4 or 5 years when he was at Washington State. But I looked at it as, my Houston Oilers #1 will never be worn again. He's going to wear the Tennessee Titans #1, and he has a chance to start a legacy with that number with the Tennessee Titans, which I'm a member of as part of the organization. So I just thought it was the right time to do it, and he can create his own legacy just like I did, and hopefully he'll surpass my legacy.
I want to know what happened in that phone call. Was it a phone call? Was it an email?
It was a phone call, yeah.
Did you know he was calling you? Did you know he would?
I did not.
So
yes, I did.
Okay.
Excuse me. His dad texted me and told me that he wanted to talk to me.
And
I had no idea what it was
didn't.
about, though.
In the moment he asked you, did you know you would give it up and just wanted him to sort of sweat it? Or what was like in your head?
At the moment he asked me, I had no idea if I wanted to give it up or not. My first inclination was no. Because you worry about your legacy, right? You worry about how you're going to be remembered when you're gone from here. But then I had a chance to think about it and think about all those different things that I just talked to you about, and it made more sense to me.
If it was an Oilers uni, you would have said no. If it was an Oilers one, you would have said
If it was Oilers,
no.
I would never give it away. And if I had been with that one organization my whole career, say like Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
He was with the Giants his whole
And
career.
he said no
And
to
he said
Abdul
no
Carter,
right away.
which I
And I don't blame
understand.
him, yeah. But I wore it for other organizations, and I'm not wearing the same, he's not wearing the same number on the same jersey I wore.
You said the line again, but last week you said your Houston Oilers jersey will probably never be worn again. You know what people think then, that there's a redesign coming?
Well, probably because I never say never about anything. You know, in this world we live in now, you can't say never about anything, but because if I did say never and it did happen, people are going to say,
But Warren, fans think new uniforms are coming. As someone who is very well dressed and plugged into the organization, as one is.
The Tennessee Titans have new uniforms coming, a whole new set. And I've seen glimpses of them, but it's not the Houston Oilers jersey.
I understand. What do these Titans unis look like?
Pretty good.
Are they clean? Are they like futuristic? Give us something.
They fit with the times, but they're also a little futuristic. So they will advance with the times. We'll put it that way.
Death, taxes, Kay drinking too many mint juleps, and Warren Moon breaking news on Titans uniforms. Amy's got to hate me. Miss Strunks, we love you. Sorry, we keep trying, breaking news here. I wanted to ask you about a bold prediction, right? You're going to go, you're going to hit the window, you're going to say which horses you want to win. What's a bold prediction for your Titans for 2025?
Bold prediction for?
The year for the Titans under the
for the
Cam Ward
Titans.
helm.
Wow, that's a good one. I think they'll win at least half, if not over half, like a 9-8 football team in his first year. I think he's going to really come in and show people that he's going to be a difference maker, along with the other young players they've already put into their organization. They've done a great job of slowly building this thing over the last 2 years, and I think he's one of the big missing pieces.
So we want some patience.
Yes.
For a young quarterback like they all deserve. Out of the, do you think Jackson Dart, you think the Giants got it right with Jackson? Do you think the Giants got it right with Jackson Dart?
I do. I think they liked him a lot in the process, and I think between him and Shador, I think their interviews went better. I think that's one of the reasons why they took him over Shador.
Back to Cam Ward for a second. You're clearly involved. You have faith in him. It says a lot about what you think of him, that you took the phone call, that you thought about, that you showed up. What that that's incredible that you did that. It's iconic, in fact. What does it say about how you feel about Cam?
Well, our journeys are a lot the same as far as what he went through to play quarterback. He got the door shut in his face so many different times along the way as I did. I didn't go to different schools, but he had to go to different universities to kind of show what he did. And it's just been a gradual improvement process for him to the point where he was probably a 4th or 5th round draft pick when the season started last year, and he goes all the way to the #1 pick. So I just love his story. He's from right down the road in Houston where I played my professional football. So just a lot of similarities between our journeys.
And how he carries himself. I'm
Very
all
humble.
into it. And he was very humble and not spoken about. And people complain about, nobody talks about Cam Ward. I love that for him.
He doesn't
I
give
love
you a
that
lot
for
of
him.
he doesn't give you a lot of crap to talk
Yeah.
about, which is great. You don't want your quarterback being talked about like that.
I'm
You
so
want your
curious.
quarterback to be talked about for his football
Yeah.
play.
How involved are you going to be? Giving up that number, unretiring it. How many phone calls a week? Is there a film study Zoom session that we negotiated? You were invested in not letting that number or that man fail.
Hey, I'm gonna be a lot more involved than you
Yeah.
think. I'll just put it that way. I will have my little fingers in a lot of different things going on there.
Amazing. I think we have Mike Tirico coming on the show. We have Devontae Adams, right, coming on the show. We hope so. We hope so. Do you think we're here for Devontae Adams or Aaron Rodgers' retirement party?
Could be. I saw his agent here last night too. So your agent usually doesn't accompany you to the Kentucky Derby, so who knows?
Interesting. Okay, we're going to take a short break here. Anything else you want to talk about? Big parties you're going to tonight? Anything? We got to link up
I'm
at one of
going to
these
your
parties.
party.
Okay,
I just need to know
yes.
where it is.
Where is the party?
It's
We
such a
don't know.
secret.
Is it? It's a huge party. FanDuel is throwing Shabuzi. Everybody involved.
I love Shabuzi.
Okay, good. So you'll be there. Bob will be there. Best hype man ever. And we'll take a break and we'll be right back. speaking of crowns, we are racing for a crown at the Kentucky Derby, and it's time for our next guest, the star of the Netflix hit show.
I celebrate really, really loud.
Watch this!
Before, where everyone has, a suit and tie, and, I had Muffy and Buffy to my left, and this blue blood to my right, where everything was just a golf clap. I think I've changed the game.
They're going fast!
Take that, Muffy and Buffy. An Oscar-worthy performance. I've had 2 coffees in preparation for this interview because I know you're shot out of a cannon on Derby week. Mike Rapoli, how are you? Welcome.
Good, Kay. So you're not the only one saying Oscar-worthy. I'm hearing a lot of people starting to buzz right now. I know it's a little early, but a lot of people are talking about it, Kay. So I'm doing great. I leave right after I'm done here. We're going to go off to Louisville. And I'll be there a couple of days in the morning, and then for Friday and Saturday for the card.
When you get to Churchill Downs for the first time this trip, after heartbreak, back-to-back years, what do you think is going to be going through your head?
Well, I've had 10 starters in the Derby. 8 of them have raced, so I'm 0 for 8. And then I had 2 scratches back in 11 with Uncle Mo, and then last year, and then Forte 2 years ago, and then Fiercest was the favorite. So it's a place that only because I love self-torture, I continually go back every single year. But, that's that type A personality. And, this year's a little bit different, Kay. I mean, the last 2 years I've gone there with the favorite. This year, we're like 8th or 9th favorite at 20-1. So the feelings are a little bit different.
Are they different? Because I was thinking about, I read a quote that you said, oh, it's a privilege to have pressure, but it's a privilege to have less pressure. And I was like, I don't know that you'll feel less pressure. Like, I don't know. What does it change to you? What is the advantage of having a horse in the Derby that is not favored?
Yeah, no, Kay, that's a great question. When Fierceness ran 5 weeks before the Derby in the Florida, in the Florida Derby, he won by 14.5 lengths. And before the race, I said, if Fierceness loses, this will be a very tough 24 hours. But if Fierceness wins, this is going to be a really tough 5 weeks. So the pressure of having the Derby favorite, and Fiercest last year won by 14 lengths, and there was tremendous hype. It's just every single day. So I think the pressure's the same, but instead of 35 sleepless nights, maybe you only get 5 instead. So you sleep a little bit better.
How does the pressure compare, that pressure we're talking about associated with what the outside world looks at as the favorite, all of that, to the pressure of you being and sort of embracing this bad boy villain role and also being the richest guy who could just throw money at the whole thing? Like, the pressure that comes with that seems to be huge, but you seem to like it.
I've had that pressure when I was 10 years old and I had 5 cents to my name. I mean, that was more of an internal pressure of, as you know, probably my dad was a waiter, my mom was a seamstress. I'm first generation. So having the underdog villain or not good enough or, challenger person, I mean, that's my persona, whether I was 5 or 55 years old. So I embrace it. I mean, listen, I think it's, when people like me, I like it a lot. When people hate me, I'm one person that loves it. I really enjoy the banter, and the Mike from Queens comes out, and it's all in good fun.
What do you think people get wrong about you? Because obviously you opened up a little bit. We get to see you, of course, with everything you do with Noble. You're sort of an open book. Do you think there's a misconception about Mike Rapoli?
It's funny that you say that. I think if people watch Mike Rapoli, if they want to write a good story about great things about him, I think it's there. If you want to write some terrible things about him, I also think it's there. I really think it's how people perceive me, not how I'm perceived out there. So, listen, I have one personality. It's easy to remember. So this is who I am. I'm always going to be this way. And, I'm big into family. I'm big into friends. I'm big into loyalty. Yeah. But, listen, if you're on the other side, I've been friends with, Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady. I mean, if you're on the other side, you're against me, man. And we got to compete. And, when it's over, it's over. But I can let it go easier sometimes than other people, though.
Tell us about Grande, everything we need to know.
Listen, he's the opposite of what Forte and Fierceness was as far as getting here. Forte was a 2-year-old champ. Fierceness was a 2-year-old champ. So there was a lot of hype, going back as a 2. Grande just started as a 3-year-old. He won his first start, looked really, really good. Sire is Curlin, and Curlin is known for later developing horses and horses that want more distance. His second race, he went out there, he won again. So people started to talk about him a little bit. And then in the Wood Memorial, he actually ran his best race and came in second, but it was the first time he had a little adversity. He broke a little slow, he was wide, he got some dirt in his face, and listen, there was a time maybe at the 3/8 pole, I said, wow, he's gonna come in 7th. I guess I'm going to Kentucky without a Derby horse. And he made this incredible move and probably ran the best race, very wide, got up for second, galloped out great. And I think he's just going into this race like, I've said this before, you can only be a 3-year-old the first Saturday in May, one time in your life. And I think he's going into this, peaking. And he got to Churchill and he's doing great. And, there's, as there's 20 horses and, at the gate, and they could run the horse 10 times and you'd probably get 10 different winners, Kay. It really is the kind of a lot of racing luck, great ride by the jockey, and the horse has to want it that day.
And you are the glutton for punishment. Like you're saying, you keep coming back. Did Joya not have a successful enough campaign? Like she's like, don't keep doing this to yourself. Like, how is she feeling this week?
She's unfortunately and fortunately, I guess, she's a lot like me. I always wanted a girl, but I forgot to ask God for my wife's personality and said she got mine. So I was wishing she had Maria's personality. I would have taken the boy with Maria's personality, but that's another story. It's too late now. But, she's got this fire. She got this competitiveness. Yeah. And she's got this observation. She knows it's too hard to win. There's 20 horses, but deep inside, she's proud, excited. She gets as nervous as me. Last year, as disappointed as I was with Fierceness, when she started hysterically crying at the end of the race, I mean, that's when, I quickly went from horse owner loser to dad. And she took it really seriously. And, it's cool to have a daughter who has the same interests as you and roots as hard as for your horses as you do. It's really nice.
It's beautiful, and it's a family affair. Every time I've ever seen you there, you're surrounded by your family. I've gotten to meet your beautiful daughter, and I appreciate just sort of the look into what it's all like. I feel like you've been very candid about it. And as far as being this bad boy, is it as simple as like you're just really rich and people are jealous of that? Like, what is the root of it? Because I'm also like, you have all this. I don't know if there's a salary cap. You can tell me. I'm just a casual fan. Like, is money everything in this business? I don't know, because I feel like then you would have won because you have the most money.
I would say a couple things. Number one, I find that people that are successful in horse racing or get into horse racing usually been successful in other businesses. Mm-hmm. And the principles that they used in their other businesses, they throw out the window here. They're like, oh, and what I tell them is it'd be cheaper if you just got a yacht for $10 million and you'd probably have a lot more fun on the ocean than you would at the track. This is, in real, like in Noble, the business is 80% and luck is probably 20%. In horse racing, the luck is 80% and the business plan is probably 20%. But, Kay, you'd be surprised at how many people come into this game without a business plan. And I have a great team of people, a great relationship with Todd Pletcher, who's, one of the best trainers in the country and Hall of Famer. I'm not a Hall of Famer. He is. I don't know how that happened. We'll talk about that later. But you know what? It's listen, you need more horses, but it's not about money. My team works really, really hard. And I take it serious. I take it like an owner of a sports team that wants to win the Super Bowl every year.
And you're bringing back everybody. Like, a lot of people would clean house. You're talking about making these decisions. It's a team thing. You're bringing back Todd, the Hall of Famer, and your jockey, Johnny Velasquez. What went into that decision? Was it just the second you guys lost last year, let's run it back?
Yeah, listen, Johnny and Todd and I have had a relationship for like 15 to 20 years. Mm-hmm. They were on my, before I got into racing, Kay, I watched them. I didn't have good enough horses to give Todd or Johnny for riding. So I got tired from 2005 to 2010 of being in a race with them, but watching Todd and Johnny in the winner's circle and me from afar. So it's like one of those, if you can't beat them, join them. And Todd and I have been partners now with horses for 16 years. And, listen, we spoke today for 45 minutes. It was 10 minutes on Grande and 35 minutes about who's coming in for him, his kid, and my family. And, I always say Todd's a really great friend now. And it's a disadvantage now, Kay, because I think he takes me for granted. He curses me out. He doesn't try to impress me anymore. He knows he can't be fired. He's like my brother. He can't be fired. So my brother Gerard and Todd have a job for life. So I guess it works out pretty good. But, I'm a loyal guy. I'd rather lose in the Derby with 50 family and friends than win it by myself in the winner's circle and just be lonely. So I got my childhood friends since I was 10 years old with me. I got my nieces and nephews, Maria for 25 years, my parents, 85, 80. I don't got the toughest entourage in the world, so I don't have the best villain entourage. I'll say it that way.
Are you switching anything up this year? Anything unique? Obviously, like the favorite not being the favorite, that's a change. But anything else? Are you like a switch up your juju kind of guy?
No, you know what? I think if you get blessed enough and lucky enough to keep coming here, it's like the New York lottery. They said you had to be in it to win it. This is 5 straight years. I always call this the most humbling week of my life. Like all right, Mike, you're a winner 51 weeks a year, and then you got this week, and then you're humiliated on national TV with 18 million people watching. But it's listen, Kay, I'm the type of person, if you tell me something has a 99% chance, I have no interest. If you tell me something has a 1% chance, I'm all in. And one of the reasons why I got into horse racing, and it's a challenge, and we've been blessed to win so many races, Breeders' Cups, Belmont Stakes, Travers, and the winning offsets the losses, and it's a family affair. The parties are great, win or lose. And we celebrate whether we win or come in 12th in the Derby, and we enjoy life.
You told me last year that fierceness was like Kobe. It reminded you of Kobe. I think you might have even said Brady. Who does Grande remind you of? Give me like a sport comp.
It's interesting. He probably isn't Brady because Tom came in undrafted and won a Super Bowl like in the second or third year. Grande would be more of a player, who's probably been in the league 5 or 6 or 7 years that just keeps slowly sneaking up on you and getting better. And then when he wins, you're surprised, but you're not surprised. So I don't really have a great analogy for somebody like that, but someone who has been in the league for a while and then became a star after 5 or 6 years. I think Grande he's like the wise guy horse right now. People are starting to talk about him and say, this horse has a chance. And
do you want that though? Like, are we wanting the hype around Grande, or are we trying to like undersell, over deliver? What is the strategy?
Well, my thing is always to oversell and over deliver. Unfortunately,
I love that for you.
Unfortunately, with the Kentucky Derby, I've been overselling and under delivering. So I might as well undersell and hopefully over deliver one day. But listen, I think he's got as good a shot as any horse. It's one of those races where, jockeys have never raced any race other than Kentucky Derby with 20 horses. So it's new to them. Post positions from 1 to 20 are very different. 160,000 fans versus 10,000 fans is different for the horse also. So there's all these variables that are so hard to even figure out. And like I said, if you ran the same race 10 times in a row, you'd probably get 10 winners. I just got to hope that Saturday at 6:45 is my 1 out of 20.
Why is this your year?
Because the other 10 weren't. Okay, so,
I'm trying to think of who the NFL comp would be. I would almost say like Travis Kelce, because it took him a couple of years, and then he steadily builds into a champion. Josh Allen, highly touted, but then
Josh is.
you're right.
Like
He was
Josh
already. Yeah.
He's there. He's just one step from that Super Bowl, and that's it. But I wouldn't say Kurt Warner because he was bagging groceries. Grande wasn't bagging groceries, but somebody that's been in the league before 5 or 6 years before he became a star.
We can't even say he's Mike Rapoli because you had a rougher go. Came.
Yeah. Well, I listen. I had 2 parents that loved me, that gave me a Catholic school education and food on my plate. And as soon as I graduated 3rd grade, I had a higher education than both of them. So I've been playing with house money since I was 10 years old. So this is all just, life for me right now. I'm having a lot of fun, but nobody loves winning more than me, man, Kay. That's what I do.
Well, you are friends with Tom Brady. You're wearing the Noble shirt. When are you going to buy an NFL team? Let's go.
Well, the valuations keep going. What are they? 30 billion this week, 20 billion, 10 billion. I like honestly, I tell almost everybody, I can afford almost anything in my life except for an NFL team. I'm done. I mean, Noble's got a hit, so I can maybe buy an NFL team. I mean, I love the NFL. I've looked into some maybe minority investments, as you see that they're out there. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Kay, do you see me as a good minority owner? I don't know. What do you think?
I think you'd be a great owner. I mean, you might have to
minority owner. What about a minority owner? How do you think about that? You know,
sure.
They tell you can't say a lot. You can't talk a lot. You can't really do interviews. I would probably screw that up. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think that that's for you. If that's true, then that's not for you. It's so crazy, like that you even think that I know what it would. I don't even know what being a minority owner entails. The fact that you on any given day are looking at what NFL teams are going for is hilarious to me. I'm over here like price of gas, cost of eggs, and you're wheeling and dealing in the billions of an NFL team. I would like to see it. I think, obviously, like, you're a good business partner. You and Patino are going to own a horse. What you did to change, to really, the impact you had on St. John's is crazy. It's crazy in the turnaround and your investment. But I'm going to ask you this, like, I'd like to hear about your vocal impact. I'm sure you don't quietly just sit there and cut checks.
No, I mean, first of all, the most vocal thing was about getting the right coach. And I love St. John's. I graduated there in 1991. I was there during the Mullen and Mark Jackson years. And I was a kid who sat back then it was the blue seats in the 400s. And I thought of basketball, the Big East tournament was going down there, but I couldn't really tell because I was so far away. But, it was Patrick Ewing and Chris Mullen. And I've always wanted them to go primetime, and finally, when Rick decided this was right for him and St. John said this was right for him, I told Rick, I said, listen, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you don't fail. I mean, this is important to me. And, I live in Florida now, so the ability to go back to New York, and I haven't heard Madison Square Garden like this since like 1985 and 1990. I mean, the buzz that St. John's got in the last year, and Rick did an amazing job, the staff, the players, and I'm all in this year. I mean, we got 6 portal players, and we got the #1 draft portal draft, and so I'm in. I mean, I'm ready. Vice did a great show with Patino, and they had me also, and there I play a good guy because St. John's fans actually like me. But it's Final Four or bust for the next 5 years with me. I mean, that's what we're here to do, and it's not just for St. John's; it's for all of New York and Madison Square Garden. And Rick's an amazing person and friend, and I might be biased, but he's the greatest college basketball coach ever. He's done it so many different places with so many teams with the same great results.
Buy a team with him in the NFL. I'd like to see it. St. John's preseason #3 today, which I love. And as you said, the #1 portal class. Give me your 1-sentence pitch to recruit guys to St. John's. What would you say?
If you want to play in front of 20,000 people at Madison Square Garden with everybody watching for a Hall of Fame coach, and maybe one day work for Mike Rapoli, you want to come to St. John's. There you go.
I have a sort of a crude question. Bigger check this year to St. John's or on Grande?
Definitely St. John's. Grande, someone one day will give me a bigger check because he'll be worth a lot as a stallion, and I'll stay in always. I always own 25 or 33% of my horses that go off the stud in a couple of years, but definitely St. John's. And, it's so great for New York City. Kay, you got to come up for a game. And I
want to. You're like the most, you're like, I don't even know. You're the most famous person ever. I just see these clips and you're just like front and center and living your best life. And so I'm always just like, what is it like to be you? And then I can watch Netflix Chasing the Crown and I'll check that out. Also, you're looking quite lean. You've been in the gym really quick. Like, what is this workout regimen? What's happening here?
It's 2 things. Number 1, when you stand next to Tom Brady and you take pictures with Tom,
gotcha.
even thin guys look. So I can't be as tall as him, so I got to get at least half his size. So that's been it. And honestly, with Noble, Tom is kind of getting into his business career. So I've been a great ally to him. and you know how fit he is and how he eats, and talks to you about inflammation and nutrients, and this partnership with Nobles, he's making me better, physically, and I think I'm helping him mentally. So it's been a good little balance, and we're good friends, and he helps me out a lot, and I help him a lot, and then we make fun of each other. So it works
Sounds
out
like
great.
we have a good little group here. You, me, Patino. I just threw myself in there. You, me, Patino,
Yeah, sure.
Tom Brady. Let's buy a team. I'll put in, $5,000.
Yeah, well, hey, when you're a minority owner, it doesn't matter if it's 49 or 0.001. We're never going to tell anybody.
I couldn't keep my mouth shut, just like you. All right, Mike Rapoli, appreciate you. Good luck to Grande. Sending love to all of your family, and we'll see you down at Churchill Downs.
Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it.
Not complete without a visit with Bobby Flay. I'm going to say you're my friend. It says world-renowned chef, yes. Restaurateur, yes. Author. Well, I feel like it's missing a few nouns.
This is our annual date.
Yes, it really is. And
Once
we
a
have
year.
the best time in front of all of these lovely people.
Yes, of course.
And your girlfriend. So it's a really, really fun date with champagne or the bottle pops
You had to throw that in there?
I had to.
Oh my God.
I want to go viral on TikTok, and you seem to do that when we ask about the ladies. Sparkling bourbon smash is what we will be making. But I feel like you got more. You're not just a chef, a restaurateur, an author. You're a horse owner.
Yes.
You've got a little Pizza Bianca.
Pizza Bianca, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you bought her back. Tell me about this.
Oh, wow. You were doing your thoroughbred research.
I did a TikTok search of Bobby
Yes.
Flay this morning. Yes. Tell me.
I sold Pizza Bianca a couple of years ago, and then I was having seller's remorse, and so
Like dreams, like you were yearning. Like,
I was
what was that?
I was dreaming of Pizza Bianca all day long, and so I decided to bring her back, and so now I have her. She's
Tell
great.
me about Pizza Bianca, because she
Pizza-
won the Breeders'
She won the Breeders' Cup
Juvenile Phillies Turf in 2021.
in 2021, and now she's an amazing mom. She's having babies. She's just had her second baby this week, actually, and yeah, I mean, she is an amazing racehorse, and she's an even better mom. It's amazing.
Oh, what keeps you coming back to the Oaks, the Derby, the whole racket year after year?
You know, I love it. I love thoroughbred racing, and I love the big races. And obviously, it doesn't really get much bigger than the Derby and the Oaks. It would actually be my dream to win the Kentucky Oaks, actually, because I really, most of the time I race fillies, and actually I have a horse today in the Kentucky Oaks that I bred. I'm not the owner. I sold her at the sales, but obviously I'm rooting for her. Her name is Tenma. She's
You're
one of the
a horse
favorites.
breeder also?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
didn't I know this?
I breed horses, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
What's her? Tell me about her.
So Tenma is trained by Bob Baffert, and she's won, I think, 5 out of her 6 races. So obviously I'll be rooting for her. You know, keep the family going.
What's it like having Bob Baffert back?
I mean, look, Bob is he's an important personality in this industry. He's had so much incredible success, and you know, it was obviously well documented that he was not allowed to race here at Churchill Downs. But I think everybody's glad that that's over, and time to move on.
Let's look at the odds for the Derby. FanDuel Sportsbook, guys, go there. I'd like to know who you're picking. If you were to pick a single horse, you can do it on FanDuel Sportsbook, and if it doesn't hit, you actually get your money back. So,
oh, really?
No sweat. That's what we call it. Now, who do you like here tomorrow?
I like Sandman.
Yeah.
Beautiful gray horse.
Yeah.
I think he's really coming up to this race in
Are the
in a
gray
very good way.
horses faster?
They seem to be.
I told everyone, and I got scoffed at to high heavens this morning. Okay. I love that.
I really do like Sandman. Journalism is obviously going to be tough to beat as well.
Yeah.
He's the favorite. But
I'd say journalism sucks. I got kicked out of the journalism school, so I feel like Sandman is more, New York, Mariano Rivera,
Exactly.
conjures up some 90s Metallica. I can get down with Sandman.
Okay.
Yeah. Who?
Good.
I like Citizen Bull.
I like Citizen Bull a little bit too. That's Bob Baffert too.
Okay, great.
Actually, the horse coming from Japan is Luxor Cafe. We don't know how good that horse is. He could be, and you know who his daddy is?
Who's his daddy?
His
Bobby?
daddy is American Pharaoh, who won the Triple Crown.
Oh.
So
Amanda was saying the Asian horses, a Japan horse coming your way.
Yes.
We'd love to see it. You're such an enthusiast, such an expert. And I'm not joking. I hear these things about, it's the gray horse. Warren Moon just told me the horse that has to take a poop on the way. Like, what is your Bobby Flay certified stamped tip in picking the right horse?
when I'm looking at the races, I'm looking for a horse that's where his potential has grown over time, and he's like sort of trending in the right direction.
Okay. A little momentum matters.
Yes,
Nobody
exactly.
talks about momentum.
Momentum is important.
Yeah. How's life for you? Let's get into it.
Life is fantastic.
Bobby, I feel like you have a lightness to you this round. This is our
Really?
third time doing this. Yeah. What's with the lightness?
I
Tell
don't
me
know.
about your life right
I'm
now.
feeling good. I mean, I have an amazing girlfriend, and she's I guess she's making me lighter.
You're happy.
I'm very happy.
We love that. And you've got also, I mean, just because he's happy doesn't mean he's coming for your throats, everybody, because you've got the BBQ Brawl. It premieres June 1st, a month from now, on Food Network. What makes this season 6 special?
Yeah, I mean, this show, Barbecue Brawl, has been really, really successful. It's really fun. It's outside. We shoot it in Austin, Texas.
Wow.
So, we have that sort of that outdoor barbecue feel to it, of course. And, this season we have a couple new chefs, Manit Chedam, and we have Antonio Lofaso, and it's just, all these like Food Network favorites. People that watch the Food Network know who they are, so it's going to be a great season. And then tomorrow I'm cooking for my annual Sentient Jet breakfast, and actually we're going to serve this cocktail that we're going to make
3
today.
years and I've never gotten that invite. What is?
You don't get up that early.
Oh, well, actually, do.
I see you
get
at
up
the
4
parties
in the
late at
morning.
night, Kay.
That's true. That is true.
You're not eating French toast at 8 a.m.
Ye of little faith.
Exactly.
You know me so little. Knicks. Let's hit all the New York sports. We'll get to Jackson Dart here in
Did
a
you see
second.
Jalen Brunson break some ankles last night?
I did not. I was at a party, of course.
So was I, but they had
All
the game on.
You're so much better than me, Bobby. What do you make of the Knicks? How far can they go?
I think the Knicks can beat the Celtics. How about that?
How about that?
Let's get it. What's the FanDuel line on the series?
It's a great question.
I'm taking the Knicks. I don't want them to move the line on me.
On my own show.
Yeah.
Matt Hamilton will look it up. While we're looking at the Knicks, who can take out the Celtics, which I actually like quite a bit, Jackson Dart calls you. And he says, Bobby, I need the 3 best places to eat in New York City. He was walking, first of all, rookie mistake, Jackson was walking around Times Square. The second he got, we got to fix this young cat.
That's not where to go.
Help me help him.
You need some restaurants in New York?
I want Jackson Dart calling you, hypothetically. Where are you sending him?
Nakazawa for sushi, Minetta Tavern for the
Burger.
perfect New York City, experience, and let's go one more. Balthazar.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fun. Fun
That
as
was a
can
deep
be.
pull.
Yeah, I like Balthazar.
Yeah, we love Balthazar.
It's always fun there.
Yeah,
Always fun.
I've been carried out of Balthazar many a time. Actually, kidding. What else do we want to ask you? We want to ask you of the Knicks. Do we have the odds, Ham? He's pulling them up. Celtics.
770. What's the comeback?
I don't even know what that is.
That means what do you get? So if you bet the Celtics, you have to lay 770. But what do you get if you bet the Knicks?
Go ahead, Ham.
Plus 540.
540. That's not a good line. Tell FanDuel to get that a little closer. Come on.
Look, our second horse guest clowning on things
Yes.
this week. Okay, what else? What can you tell me about this breakfast tomorrow? What you and your lovely girlfriend are doing? What the vibes are going to be? Tell me.
So, tomorrow I'm cooking the Ascension Jet breakfast.
Yeah. French toast.
French toast, scrambled eggs, all the good things, glazed bacon, buttermilk biscuits. I start rolling the biscuits at 5 a.m. Do you want to meet me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think I don't get up early?
How's your biscuit rolling?
Do you know? Have you ever heard of a show called Good Morning Football?
Yes.
That I was up at 3 a.m. for every day.
Okay. Well, you're getting.
Bobby.
So, you gonna roll some biscuits with me tomorrow?
I would. It would not
Okay.
go well for
How's
you.
your buttermilk
but
game?
Not good.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing about my cooking game is up to par.
All right. Just show up to eat. We'll be
that
fine.
sounds like finally I get an invitation. Finally. So we were in
actually,
the car.
I love the Oaks Day. I think it's a great day.
I think you like it better than the Derby Day.
Well, it's just different. I feel like it's a little more local as well. I think a lot of people from Kentucky come to the Oaks.
Look at all your fans.
What's up, guys?
Let's hear it for Bobby Flay, everybody. Ow, ow, ow!
Love that.
Of course we love that. We were in the car. See that guy in the hat right there?
Yeah.
That's my brother, okay? Actual brother. He drove from Chicago last minute. We're in the car. He has no social media, Bobby. He lives in a tunnel vision, he wouldn't know who Jay-Z and Beyonce are, truly.
Right.
And I was like, we were testing him, and I go, do you know who Bobby Flay is? And he knew right away.
Oh, good.
And he was so excited. And he was so excited. And what did he say? He said, yeah, I dated before I got married 10 years ago. Like, you have this cult following of women watching your show, being fans. Can you sort of speak to that and how you are this guy who's in people's living rooms, man and woman, literally all around the world? What is that like for you?
Well, it's really nice. I mean, I think food is one of those things that everybody has in common. Whether they want to cook it, or they just want to eat it, or they want to learn what's available for them to cook or eat. And so, I can start up a conversation about food with any single person on the planet because it's something that's important to all of us. And so it's been really nice. And actually, I've been walking through here, and the fans are just such in a great mood today. Everybody's got a great attitude, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, you look like $1 million. The vibes
Thank you.
are high. We are going to have this receiver for the Panthers on, okay? I think he's just joining us in the next couple of
Okay.
minutes. His name's Xavier Legette, okay? He's from Mullen, South Carolina. Thick accent, very country, hunts, skins, cooks raccoons.
Really?
It's like he's famous for it now in the NFL.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I've heard about this guy.
What
Yeah.
would be how would you approach
Raccoon?
a raccoon?
No.
Like if he was on Beat Bobby Flay and he
I
said,
cou-
throw it down,
I can't do
raccoon
it.
edition.
I can't do it. I can't. No. I
No,
can't.
he pokes a hole in the back and rips the
No,
spine out. It's the whole thing.
no. Let the raccoons live, man. Let them live. I
This
can't
is
do
the
it.
boundary, or-
I can't. I'm
Okay,
not,
so no raccoons.
No, I mean, I look at raccoons in my backyard all the time. I can't do it.
Well, salt and pepper, no barbecue
No,
brawl.
no.
version?
I'm not doing it. No spice rub raccoon.
I think we make it happen. All right, thank you. We're going to make a drink now. So
Okay.
this is, you always hook it up. This is honestly so kind of you to stop by with all you have going on. Let's make, what are we making?
Well, what's in the shaker? Is it in there?
What is it? Yeah, sure. Bobby, last time you were here,
Okay, so
you, me, and Chandler Parsons were throwing eggs
I
on
know.
the ground. It was a lot.
This is a All right, well, the ice is starting to melt, so we're just going to dilute a little bit. But this is a bourbon sparkling smash. So it's bourbon and lemon juice and a little simple syrup. I put most of them in your drink.
What's cava?
And then cava is like the Spanish version of champagne.
That's cava?
But this is actually Prosecco. So you can use Prosecco, which is the Italian version, or champagne or sparkling wine, any kind of sparkling wine.
These are supposed to be thin lemon wheels, which I already know are not up to par.
No.
Not up to par for Bobby. I appreciate you.
These are thick.
I appreciate you slumming it.
Who's your bartender here?
Me.
Okay.
Me, and I was out here talking to Warren Moon. Thin lemon wheels as a garnish, simple syrup. Okay, this is delicious. Am I the luckiest gal in the world to go on this date right here and have these? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Cheers to you, my friend.
We only have one date a year, and this is it.
And it's fantastic. And we have
I brought you some flowers.
Wait, are this supposed to be a thing also?
Some fresh made.
Do something with this.
Okay, hold on.
Of course. Make it dance. Bring it to life. Do you like the Jackson Dart vibe?
What?
Are you into the Jackson Dart? Do you like the draft pick of Jackson Dart?
For the Giants, I do like it. I do like it. I just hope he's going to be patient. I mean, they told him, basically, we're drafting you, hope you're patient. So I hope he's patient.
Are you guys patient, you New Yorkers? Better question.
Yeah, the minute that the starting quarterback gets sacked 3 times, there's going to be yells and screams for Dart. That's what's going to happen.
Let's not talk about those sort of things here at the Kentucky Oaks. Let's try this. Cheers to you. Wow, rude.
Cheers.
You drank before. No second date. Oh, that's delicious.
Pretty good.
It's the cava that really makes it.
Little
Always
effervescence.
learn something. Always learn something. Where can we see? What's the next thing you have going on outside of BBQ Brawl? Is
So
that it?
barbecue brawl, and then of course Triple Threat is coming up again. Actually, my girlfriend Brooke is on that show.
Amazing.
And then beat Bobby Flay every Thursday night.
Tried to come on twice.
I know.
You're not ready for me. I
am
understand.
so ready for you.
It's like I would.
Yes.
You don't want me to be the star, and then
Bring it.
nobody will watch for you. It'll be a whole thing. The next thing you know, I'm hosting it. We'll be back after this. We have Xavier Legette on the show, Mike Tirico on the show, and we are trying to find Devontae Adams. I don't know what the odds of that happening are on FanDuel Sportsbook, but we'll be back. Thanks, Bobby. Kentucky Oaks Day at the Kentucky Derby. Churchill Downs sitting next to a legend, an icon, covering his 9th Kentucky Derby. Mike Tirico, welcome and thank you.
Hi, K.A. It's so great to see you in person. How you been?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
I'm excited to be here. The vibes high as always
I know.
on Kentucky Oaks Day. You've covered everything. Luge, gymnastics, swimming, basketball. What is it about the most exciting 2 minutes in sports that make it unique?
It's a really good question because if you think about it, there are a lot of people who don't watch any other horse race but this one. And yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's okay. So our task is a little bit different, right? We want to make sure that we are respecting the person who's watching every race during the year that they want to see and getting to the biggest one of the year, the one that's remembered the longest, and at the same time not alienate the people who've never watched horse racing or watch one race a year or go to a derby party. That is, to me, the magic of this event. The party that happens here has grown exponentially and now has gone beyond these walls, beyond this city, everywhere. I mean, if you are fortunate enough to be a member at a golf club or a country club or have a group of people, everybody has derby parties. Like, I don't know why. Like, they may have never been to the derby. They may have never watched a horse race, but they'll have a derby party. They'll make a pool. They'll pick a horse. They'll throw in a buck or two and bet, and they'll have a great time. So this has become a bucket list event to attend, in part because so many people have a good time in their own house watching the Derby. It's pretty cool.
And how lucky are we that we get to be a part of it?
Gosh.
You, 8 times, now you're 9th. If you remember, everybody remembers their first Derby.
Yeah.
When you think about that, what comes to mind?
So it was a little overwhelming professionally for me. Bob Costas, as he did with everything, was great at being the host of the Derby. And then I was hired at NBC, and I thought when I was involved in the Derby, it would be more of that role, kind of hosting, being around the track, and not sitting on the desk and talking horses. Tom Hammond did that job for many years with unbelievable ability. Tom's somebody who I don't think is respected enough outside of our industry for what he did. He's one of the great broadcasters of all time, football, basketball, but especially horse racing. Tom had a background in equine science. I don't. So I wasn't really sure that I was the right fit for this, and maybe some folks think that I'm not even today. But over time, I've come to appreciate the event, learn a lot, and really appreciate the horsemen who are in the back, on the backside, taking care of the horses. You've been here, you see it. They love these horses and these animals and these equine athletes. And you look at that term, and that sounds like student athlete. It sounds like a term that's just kind of used and doesn't make, no, these are athletes. They are so special to the people involved. And I've come to learn to love the people around the sport and what makes it whole. So for me, that first one was nerve-wracking. And then the second one, Justify, started his run to the Triple Crown in 2018, and we had 3 inches of rain, the rainiest Derby ever. And we could be in store for a rainy Derby tomorrow.
I know, I can't wait. I just think it makes it that much more interesting here at Churchill Downs. I'm looking at the field. By the way, you prep so much, you only get to hand it off for 2 minutes. Larry does his thing, then you get it right back. I don't know if are you eating in those 2 minutes? Anything? What happens?
Those 2 minutes, those 2 minutes you're trying to remember everything. You're looking at every horse to see what kind of trip every horse is getting all at once, and then you realize you're looking at everything and you're remembering nothing. It's really a scatterbrained couple of minutes as the race comes. I will tell you this, I think I may have left my phone back in the office, but I take my phone out when they come by the turn. Our set is on the first turn.
Yeah.
And you have all 20 horses closely packed right as they start. I take out my phone and take the same picture every year of those 20 horses and the Twin Spires. I've got a whole bunch of them. Someday I'm going to put a collage of all of the same picture together. It's just one of the great moments in American sports, and I always want to be able to look back and remember how privileged I was to have a seat, because if we're sitting right where Kay and I are, they're coming right around here. They're coming right at you with the Twin Spires. It's the dang coolest thing going.
Yeah, at some point you'll make a collage, but not anytime soon, because you are so busy, Mike. Go ahead.
But it's also it's fun, and you know this about being at events sometimes. It's fun for us to unplug for 30 seconds and be a sports fan.
Yeah.
And take it in and lose that real hyper focus for a second and just appreciate where you are and what you're doing.
No, Mike, if I was doing the lead broadcast for NBC Kentucky Derby, I would not take 30 seconds of 2 minutes celebrating being a fan, but that's why you are goated, and that's why everyone loves and appreciates your work so much. If you look at this field, we already have scratches. I was trying to do research, and then I said, to heck with it, because everything's going to change until the Derby actually happens. Rain to consider, but if we look at the field, what sticks out to you?
So journalism certainly does, because the horse is a clear favorite, right? And you'll go years where you have a group of 3 or 4, but most of the folks around believe journalism is a clear favorite. However, there are significant stories and the way the race plays out that you can see other horses like Sandman coming along. It will be interesting to see many horses that are fast, quick, early pace. If that happens, it could be a repeat of last year, where it was what the folks in racing like to call a pace meltdown, and it just left it wide open for a horse to come through at the end. Very often that is what happens at a Derby, because the excitement, the enthusiasm, go to the lead, all of that stuff. I think the most interesting storyline that's happened in the last 24 hours is that the horse that was on the outside looking in, Baeza, who'll be horse 21, got in the field. I know Jerry Bailey and Randy Moss, my partners on the air, and others think Baeza may be the second best horse in the entire field. So rare that you get, okay, here's another horse coming into the field. That horse jumps up in quality. Where that horse's odds are now, and where those odds will be come 10 minutes before post time, I think it's going to drastically change.
Over under on how many journalism puns will be told in NBC's coverage?
I'm going to limit them. I'll let other people have it. I think it's become that worn-out, tired joke already. There's also a horse, the 15, is publisher.
Oh.
So everybody's talking about the journalism publisher exacta. Like every interview I've done, that question has come up. It's almost become like the bad dad joke of this week's Derby. Journalists saying, hey, the journalism publisher Daily Double, or exacta, excuse me, is a perfect one. I've been fond of saying journalism is the favorite. Those two words, journalism and favorite, really don't often end up in the same sentence.
Fair.
In 2025, but journalism's having its moment, at least in the run-up to this Derby.
At least here, yeah. Very well said. Does Chris Collinsworth ever come to this?
Oh, yeah, he's...
Interesting. Is he here?
Time's in now. He probably got here about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I feel like I've never seen him at the Derby.
All the time.
Like in the shadows? How does he pull that off? I feel like nobody can hide here at the Derby.
No, Chris is here all the time. Chris doesn't hide. It's hard to hide Chris. Chris and his wife Holly are here all the time at the Derby. Chris has been longtime great friends with Mike Battaglia, who has set the morning line odds for the Derby for a couple of generations now. And we'll see Chris and his wife for dinner probably Saturday night after the race. We usually do. He loves the races. I mean, living in Cincinnati, right over the border in Kentucky, he's really been around horse racing since he's been a Bengal. So he has been a frequenter of the Derby very often. He'll be here. You've run into Kirk Herbstreit here?
I have not.
Herbie is always here.
I'll notice the puppies.
I don't know if the dog will make it, but Kirk is
I have a
always
feeling.
here. He loves the Derby. Matter of fact, when we were doing Thursday Night Football on ESPN, way back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, Kirk, let's see, it was me, Kirk, and Lee Corso. I'm pretty sure Lee was with us. Yes, he was. We were doing a Thursday Night Football game at Louisville.
Wow.
And we came over on a Wednesday, and they were just running a regular middle of the week card, and we came over and watched the races. And that was the first time I came to Churchill Downs. Was with Herbie. I talked to him the other day. He loves his horse racing, and he'll be here with his crew all weekend as well.
I feel like we need to make TikToks when these things happen. You guys all get together. It's so under the radar, Mike.
Well, we got a lot of NFL folks who are here.
Yeah.
It's that time in the league year, right, where the draft is over, mini camps are starting, but guys like to get out here. We've seen Brady over the years with his crew, and Aaron Rodgers.
He's here.
bring
They're
his
here.
group. Aaron, they love to come and just get away. And the Derby, you can have one of those great guys' weekends and hang and enjoy the camaraderie, which is really cool. It's what has helped. Look, presence of people like that have made the Derby even more of a bucket list event.
Patrick Mahomes, of course, a couple of years ago was here. Do you think that you've had your last pre-production SNF meeting with Aaron Rodgers?
I hope not. I thought his comments about personal life and those other things kind of encroaching on the space of full dedication to football were an indication that it might be the end. In my soul, I want to see Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh, because I always think Mike's teams, Tomlin's teams, have a chance to win almost every game. And to be candid, since Big Ben has not been there, that one play a game that the quarterback makes, that's an unscripted play that wasn't covered Monday through Saturday, he needs somebody to make that play. And Aaron showed at the end of last year he can still make that play. I would love to see that marriage of, you don't need to score 30 with the Steelers. You need to score 22. You need to score 19. Just get us down in position for a game-winning field goal. I still think he can do that often enough that I'd love to see that marriage happen. But as we get now to May, my confidence of that happening has diminished significantly.
Maybe it's a retirement party they're having here at the Kentucky Derby.
And you know what? If you're going to have a retirement party, it's a hell of a place to do it.
I'm going to do a little change up here.
Okay.
Usually we talk NFL,
Yeah.
but you're, of course, the lead voice for NBA on NBC. I saw today Pop making the transition.
Yeah.
I would just like to know, if you could just put into perspective, for me, a casual NBA fan, obviously I know the NFL much better. What has he meant to the NBA? And of course, he's not going anywhere. He'll still be the president.
Yeah, first of all, I just hope his health is good, because he's such a good person. So my NBA time at ESPN started when we got the contract there in 2002 and 2003, and went till the end of my run. So I had maybe 13 or 14 seasons of covering the NBA, and that was right in the San Antonio run. We had their titles. Matter of fact, their titles in the mid-2000s, I did the trophy presentation, and I'm lucky enough to have this great picture of me, short as I am, looking even shorter, as I have Tim Duncan on one side, David Robinson on the other side, Duncan holding the Finals MVP, and David holding the championship trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy. Being around Pop those years was a treat, because you go into Greg Popovich's office, and very often the conversation was not about basketball. It was about politics. It was about Russia. It was about trends in sports, things in America. He's one of the most intelligent, smart people. Like talking to Pop and talking to Steve Kerr, those were just those mentally enriching, expanding life conversations that you crave as an adult. And I think that's why Pop and what he built in San Antonio was so special. Think of that worldly connection of Duncan from the Virgin Islands, and Tony Parker from France, and Ginobili from Argentina, right? That whole group, and David being around. They had some really special people who were not first overall picks either, when you look at Manu and Tony especially. So I love what he built in San Antonio, and that whole culture world, and then brought it to USA Basketball as well along the way. So special person, glad he stays involved with the Spurs. And when you think of Becky Hammon's success as a coach, sitting on the front bench, coaching in the summer league, that's because Pop had the confidence. If you ever want to see a couple of minutes that make you tear up, go to YouTube and watch Becky Hammon's Hall of Fame speech, where she talks about Greg Popovich. It's so dang cool. And we're going to see at some point a woman coach an NBA team, and it will be because of the leap of faith Greg Popovich made. Jenny Busek, who's an assistant coach on the front bench with Rick Carlisle in Indiana, she could very well be that individual. Whenever it does happen, it'll be because of Pop and his confidence in people who are smart and can do it. And that's one of the legacies of that man that'll last forever.
Beautifully said. I know you have to go. You have so many things to do, but I will ask you, as you are Mike from Queens, Mike Rapoli's out.
I know.
Horse scratch, no Pletcher.
Mike from Queens.
You are the Mike from Queens of note.
Yeah.
Your Knicks look pretty good. Brunson looks pretty good. How far can they go?
So I do have to point out, 13 years of doing the NBA made me team agnostic, that I don't root for anybody. Secondly, I've lived in Michigan for the last 26 years. So as a Knicks, a team that I watched when I lived in New York against the Pistons, team that I've watched in my backyard for 26 years. I thought J.B. Bickerstaff did a great job with that team. That team was so exciting to watch. That series was what I remember NBA playoff series. That was a great series. There was anger, there was intensity, there was terrific defense, there was shot making. And last night after Game 6, the mutual respect amongst those players, here, Asar Thompson was in Jalen Brunson's face, guarding him nonstop for possession, chest to chest, picking up 75 feet. And when they were done last night, there was such a hug of respect. I'm like, that's good. That's what NBA basketball in the playoffs is about. And I'm salivating for next spring when we get to be back and be a part of that. But here's the question. Did that series toughen the Knicks to be ready for a deeper fight with the Celtics? Or did it take too much out of them because Boston has been able to eject quicker and kick back? If Tatum and Brown are healthy, hard to go against the Celtics and Porzingis as well. But that could be a heck of a series because the Knicks just cannot be killed. They show up every single possession. And I love that about that group.
I literally cannot wait. You're talking about salivating. Every fan listening right now cannot wait for you to get back to your NBA roots, shall I say, and to get back into it.
It was going to be so much fun.
Yeah, but you've got work to do tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about the coverage. When we can. I know you sat down with Bob Baffert, which is incredible. Tell us more about tomorrow before you go.
Bob, banned from the Derby the last 3 years by suspension from Churchill Downs, has returned with open arms. Churchill Downs has been very welcoming to him. We'll talk to Bob about that, about if he wishes that he would have said he was sorry earlier. That'll air during our coverage. I have a bunch of features on our coverage on NBC, 2:30 Eastern. We have 6 races as well, including the Kentucky Derby. And, all the stuff, the hats, the fashion, the bourbon, all that fun stuff that makes the Derby. As you have your Derby party with us, make your own picks at home, and come hang and have a good time.
A legend, Mike Tirico. We appreciate it so much. We will be right back with Xavier Legette. When it makes it into the touchdown celebration, I think we know that this man loves horses. We're here with Panthers wide receiver Xavier Legette, who's here on behalf of Levy, the official food dynamo, top to bottom, all around Churchill Downs, and of course the food sponsor, the food main guy in charge of your Panthers. While you're scoring those touchdowns, I'm eating Levy in the stands in the suites.
Oh yeah. They had me try some 24-karat gold bacon today. It was pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to talk about food. We might even eat some food. Story costume saying you have 15 horses. I know you have Dollar Bill. How many horses do you actually own?
We got 14 now.
You what? Where? Where do you keep them? Where do they live?
They out back in South Carolina.
They're in Mullins?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And do you know them all by name?
I can name about 8 of them. I can't name all 14 of them.
You can't name all 14.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of them now.
What is the dream? I should say, what is the goal? What is the goal with the horses?
Man, I see it as like kind of a big investment. And one day I want to get into the Derby.
What would that look like? I can't even explain. You know, I've spent probably over 3 years 40 hours at Churchill Downs, and I still don't quite understand much about horses. I can tell you a lot about Levy food. I can tell you a lot about Levy old fashions and drinks here at the Derby. But what does it take when you're here and you see this energy and you're motivated by it? What does it take to get a horse into the Derby?
Oh man, first you got to start off with a good trainer. Once you get a good trainer, you just start getting more into it with your horse and start to see how he's doing and everything like that. You figure out you got a good horse. You can put him in something like this here.
Okay, I think we're gonna have some food while we're here. I hear. Did you bring me a drink, Xavier?
Oh yeah, I got a good drink for you.
Thank you, because I know it's not just about horses with you. You grew up a foodie, I believe, right? Although you don't eat many foods.
Yeah, not vegetables, but I can eat though.
Well, Levy is here, and they're hooking up food for everybody, and we're enjoying it. It's such a big part of what this celebration is all about. I want to know 3 vegetables that you are willing to eat. Like, if I could say, Dollar Bill will be in the Derby one day if you eat these 3 new vegetables, what would you pick?
Carrots, broccolini, and cabbage.
And cabbage? Have you had those ever? You don't like them?
Oh, I do eat them.
Oh,
yeah.
What's your problem with vegetables, Xavier?
Man, I don't know, man. Like the onions and the bell peppers, I don't like them, man. When my people make it with the spaghetti, I have to pick every bit of one of them out.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I like how you say asparagus. Did you think people would melt down and react when you said asparagus like they did?
No, I ain't think they, man. How I think I sound is regular to where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just tell folks they just
I
ain't never heard
sound
folk
a little
from
strange to you, the way I talk.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you embrace it, though, or are you like, shut up already, everybody? Like Adam Thielen's walking around like some Xavier whisperer. Only I understand Xavier. What's all that about? What if he's sick one day? What happens?
Yeah, Thielen, that's my guy, man. He swear he know exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes I can see it on his face. He have a look like, I don't know what you just said, but he still be like, oh yeah, okay.
I saw an interview where Bryce Young, as I dig into one, may I?
Oh yeah.
I want you to tell me about Bryce Young saying that you guys were having a conversation and he just looked at you and said, I don't understand what you're saying. So how do you build chemistry? And you have.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm expecting a big year from you
For sure.
this year. How do you build chemistry with him? This is an LA Lakers city boy.
Oh, yeah.
How do you build chemistry? As you dig into one of these amazing cookies from Levy, the hospitality partner here.
Yeah, the more that we around each other, I think he getting a little bit more comfortable. Sometimes I've repeated more than 2 times for him if I need to. But yeah, man, we still spend a whole lot of time on the field this off season here. How we can turn everything around.
What is this? What is this amazing thing?
That's that.
What is it called?
Oak Lily.
An Oaks Lily? I'm the luckiest woman on the planet. What is in this?
Cranberry lemonade.
Cranberry? I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out. I'm a little Boozy Susie. That would be the name of my racehorse after today. Boozy Susie. Let's try this. This is the official drink of Kentucky Oaks. I've actually never had one. That is delicious. And tell me a little bit more about what you're doing with Levy here.
Oh man, we're putting the food out there, letting everybody know how good it is. 'Cause they got some great stuff on the meat.
What's good? What have you had? What should we try?
I had the 24 karat gold bacon.
24 karat gold bacon?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
What else?
We still got some more stuff on the menu to try throughout the day.
What are you looking forward to if you could have anything? Is it like a steak? Is it?
Oh yeah, I want a good prime steak.
Yeah.
If I can get some ribs, I'll take that as well.
Do you know who Bobby Flay is?
Say it one more time.
Do you know who Bobby Flay is?
That's the dude with the salt, right?
No, that's Salt Babe, but no. But he's a chef. He's like a world famous chef. He runs around here like he owns the place. Bobby Flay. He also is really into horses. I asked him. I mean, he can make anything. He has a show called Beat Bobby Flay, where he takes people on in their recipes. I told him your raccoon recipe. He said he wouldn't touch it. That he wouldn't do it. You officially have the one thing that you're really good at, and he won't even try. He doesn't even want to try. What would you say to that?
I want to get him to try it one day. If we ever in the same room and I'm able to meet him, hopefully I get to meet him. You say you're here, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to him about it, see if I can get it done.
Xavier, what's your pitch to Levy to have raccoon on the menu for the 152nd Kentucky Derby?
Well, I gotta make sure that I'm gonna be able to be in the building for it, because I want to try it too. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to talk to him about it, see if we can get it on the menu.
You have a new South Carolina friend on your team in Hunter Renfro.
Oh yeah.
Rivals.
Oh yeah.
In college. I'd like to know what that dynamic is. What was the welcome? Warm?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. You know, I didn't really get to play against Hunter Renfro, but he like 25 minutes from where I'm from. Yeah, so it ain't no bad blood with him.
I feel like you understand. Does he understand you off the bat? Just being from South Carolina?
We've been having little mini conversations, and I don't see the reaction on his face like you don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
coach, Dave Canales, I really enjoy him. I talked to him a bunch. I saw him at owners' meetings. He lied to me.
Why you say that?
He just lied straight to my face about who they were going to draft. But we're not going to get into that today. It's a celebratory day here with Levi, the official food, beverage, and vibe partner of Churchill Downs and the Panthers. Can you describe maybe your relationship with your coach and what you think of him?
Oh man, I think he's kind of like a blue collar guy. He want to win. He's willing to do anything that it takes to win, and it's good to play for a coach like that. He also cares for his players.
I would like to see maybe the footage of the touchdown celebration. Again, I think our control room's listening back in LA. We are vibing out. Do we know anything? What is that thing? Hand it over.
Oh, you want to try some of that right now?
But what is it? Are you a Sweets guy?
Oh, no. I don't
Let me
know.
tell you how well Levy knows Kay Adams, that they did this. Now, talk me through the inception. Do you practice this? How did this even happen?
Oh, man, so, you know I ride a lot of horses and
do. Can I have a
everything
report?
like that.
Yes, you're like a shirtless horse rider. We've seen so much footage. It's so crazy. Tell me more about the celebration.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out what celebration I was going to do. So during training camp,
What were the
all
options?
the players were like, man, you ride horses, so I want to see you ride the horse. So when I showed them what I was going to do, they say, oh, yeah. So you see when I score, everybody, they trying to do it.
Did you want to have more touchdowns last year?
Oh, yeah.
What does that do to you for this season? I want to see that dollar bill, that horse. I want to see it like, what,
Oh, yeah.
10 times? What can we expect?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. We can expect it a lot. I'm trying to take
Xavier,
off.
you have to talk because I'm stuffing my face.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm
you want to ask me
trying
anything?
to take off.
Do you want to ask me anything as I eat all these sweets?
What you want to see from me this season?
What do I want to see? I want to see, gosh, can I tell you what I want to see? I'm so glad you asked. You 100% healthy. Because I think the craziest thing that I learned about you, this is a man who skins and eats raccoons, people. You did this on a bad foot. You did last year, and I didn't realize how hurt you were.
Oh, yeah.
What was that like? And I feel like that's what we can expect this next season, for you to be healthy.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's my main focus right now. That was my main focus last year as well, but you know I dealt with it. I really did it in training camp in August, and I just played through it. It didn't get really bad till like the end of the season. That's when I started feeling it more and more.
And how you
But I
feeling
played.
now?
Oh, I'm good now.
Yeah?
I'm good now. Yeah, I've been hitting the ground running.
I mean, your coach, he lied to me, but he said that he didn't trade for DK because he has that guy. What did that feel like to hear?
Hey man, just to know that I have a coach that believes in me. I want to do right by him.
Xavier, this is so delicious. I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about. What does the welcome party look like, not only for Hunter Renfrow, a bona fide, I mean, I don't know if you saw Derwin James talking about him, did you?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
What did you think of that? I feel like it was shocking to fans, but Derwin says Hunter's that guy.
Oh yeah, no, man. The way how he moves, man, you wouldn't expect how he move, but
What do you mean by that?
he got some game. No, because when you see him, man, you wouldn't think that he was a football player. Like
What do you mean by that, Xavier?
If I didn't know him, I'd say I don't know. But it's like since I was able to watch him play at Clemson and just watch what he did once he got to the NFL, he's a good player.
Have you talked to Tirico?
Tirico? No.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
How does that work with wide receivers and wide receiver rooms?
You see, man, I didn't want to text him yet. I want to talk to him when he come in, so I can build that relationship with him once he get in there. But he's a good player, man. I was even watching him play last year, seeing what he was doing. He's making some incredible catches. I think he's gonna do good in the
What
NFL.
sticks out about him when you're watching?
Man, just the way how he can go up and high point that ball, and he kind of quick too. He kind of quick.
He's quick. I love
yeah.
that. I mean, that's big expectations for Bryce Young. As we sit here and wrap this up, tell me a little bit more about how I should pick my horse for the Derby. Because I feel like you know more than me. I feel like these horses are getting scratched left and right. I'm annoyed by it. How should I pick my horse?
Well, me personally, I'm always trying to go for the underdog.
Okay,
Yeah,
underdog.
so I'm going for Chunk of Gold. Everybody, they think that he gonna lose.
Who?
Chunk of Gold. That's his name. That's the horse
I
I'm
need to
going
see
for
the
today.
field. I can't understand what you're saying. What?
Chunk of Gold.
Chunk of goat?
Gold. G-O-L-D.
Chunk of gold?
Yeah.
I want to see. Let's see the, I guess maybe we can't. I don't know. Okay, great. You go for the underdog, and we love
yeah.
to see that. I know not only are you hanging out with Levy, you're also in charge of the NFL social media
Oh, yeah.
for the Kentucky Derby. What do I need to look forward to there?
You say what
Don't you get me drunk on the NFL social media.
No, we ain't trying to get you on there. But no, man, I'm going to be around the horses all day.
Yeah?
After I leave here, I'm going to the middle of the track so I can see how the race is going down there.
What happens if it rains? What does that mean? If it rains all day tomorrow?
Well, if it rain all day, hopefully they don't cancel it because I'm trying to take in the Holy Spirit. So I'm gonna be out here in the rain, even if it's pouring. I'm gonna be
Wait,
here.
wasn't Xavier doing some sort of dirt? What was it? Dirt racing? Horse racing?
Oh yeah.
What
oh,
is
yeah.
that?
Man, it ain't nothing, just regular dirt road race, a straight line. We ain't doing nothing like this back home.
Now, yeah, but I mean, dirt racing sounds crazy.
No. You know, they running on the dirt out here too. They going in a circle though. We just stay on a straight line.
You and I are very different.
Oh,
You're like
yeah.
normal.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
fine. I have 14 horses. I'm here. The vibes are high.
Oh, yeah.
You are having the best time. You also, I want to definitely plug that you have some youth football camps coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love. I have to tell you, seeing you, I don't know if we have the footage, seeing you take your time to go visit kids at the hospital
Oh yeah.
was really beautiful. You forgot your boots.
Oh
but
yeah.
I won't
forgot.
judge you on that.
I got them today though.
Yeah, well, these are the football camps we're looking at, but I mean, youth is really important to you, it sounds
Oh
like.
yeah, man. Because growing up where I come from, I wish I had folks to be able to come and do things like this for me when I was younger. So I just want to give back to the kids. I'd do anything for the kids.
We love hearing it.
That's
Did I
good.
pronounce your name correctly?
Xavier Legette.
Xavier Legette.
Yeah, Legette.
Legette. I think
Oh,
everybody says Leggett.
Yeah, they do.
Or
I-
Legette.
Yeah,
Legette.
Legette.
Xavier Legette here with Levy, the official hospitality, beverage, drink, and I threw vibes in there. I fixed your tagline, the vibe partner of the Kentucky Derby, Churchill Downs, and the Carolina Panthers. We will be back. I don't know when. I think we're saying goodbye because, they're saying I'm too drunk to continue. We'll see you guys next week.
I appreciate it.